Hello chat, do you copy? Are we all here? Ready? Who do we have here? Cat, Dog, PCU, Lamp, Nikki, Duskblight, Bellhound. Are you guys ready for more Nearly the Goat? Hello there, over. Hey there, chat. Over. Ready for more AK-15 abs? Also very important. Te copio, cambio, buenos días. Howdy, howdy.
Alright, enough. Over. I'm currently eating one of those throat candies to get ready to read. So if something sounds weird while I'm talking, it's probably because I still have it rolling around in my mouth. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I'm opening the game right now. I have some extra time today because my sister is being enslaved at her workplace. She's basically working. She started work at 7 a.m. and she's working until 6 p.m. which means I have until like 5 p.m. to stream. So we're gonna be jumping into the game real soon because I'm hoping to finish Isolation Forest quick, quote unquote. You know, not rush, but like not take extremely long. To then maybe have some time to play some Expedition before having to go pick her up. Holy hell, yeah, no, her workplace is something else. It's funny because it got worse once it kind of got taken over by the American branch. I mean, it is an American and US company, so it always was like not great. But not too long ago, I think they fired a lot of some managers and whatnot. So surprise, surprise! Now they lack personnel. Just finished HBR Angel Beats collab. What's HBR? I don't remember Angel Beats, so that's a good show. Heaven Burns Red. What's that? Google, answer me. The fuck is this? Heaven Burns Red es un juego de acción móvil gratuito desarrollado conjuntamente por WFS Inc. and Key. Fue lanzado el 10 de febrero de 2022 para iOS y Android en Japón y en todo el mundo el 15 de noviembre de 2024. I see. A lot of people are saying the collab story is Kino. Interesting. I like Angel Beats, but not to the point of kind of trying a new... something is a gacha. So like not to that point, you know. But it's great. Angel Beats was a great show, so you know, good that it got a good collab. Today it is Saturday indeed. Even though you strongly believe that it was Friday for some reason. It is not. It is Saturday. I have 2 and 2's too many. I have a bunch, but I mean, as I've said before, I managed to keep up just because I'm very casual on like all of them. I'm not like, you know, those dedicated gacha players that log in every day and do their dailies and their thingies and raise their stuff. I'm just like, no man, I just want to read story. Like I don't really care about much else. Which is why I had to end up dropping Star Rail, because it's getting the story content, you know, the story fights and stuff. It's getting too meta, and I'm just like, man, I use login to read. Like you can't be asking me to have all my characters max and have like all the meta teams ever. If you want that of me, I will just stop playing. Discover you through Maple collaboration. Hey Matthew, yeah, I play with Maple a lot. We still need to play Split Fiction, but like now that that Expedition 33 released, probably gonna be busy with that for a while. No one got time for that, working full time. Is more at the end by the creator of Angel Beats and a gacha with a plus? Oh yeah, then in that case that's great. Yeah. She's still waiting on the key for it. She has to find out what the Joseph Fares photos meant. So it was Friday. I was looking at this phone being like, this has to be wrong, it has to be Friday. The world is wrong. It has to be Friday. But yeah, that's why kind of how I keep with a bunch of gachas. And now I want to try the new one coming out as soonish, I guess. It's going a closed beta soon, NTE. The Neverness to Everness. Weirdest name ever, but you know, urban fantasy is my jam. So the whole thing they have going on, it just speaks to me greatly. And you can drive and customize cars also, so like, you know, that's a plus. But yeah, I've gotten more picky with what stuff I play. Oh yeah, Uma Musume also. I'm waiting for it. I've been waiting for Uma Musume for years, so like I am very excited for it. I used to play on the JP client on my phone until they locked like outside IPs, and I was too lazy to get a VPN just to open the game. I also reinstalled Genshin. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I saw a friend playing the... They have this little like card game, minigame, you know, that is a whole like TCG system. And I was watching her play, and I was like, man, I wanna play card games. And I installed like... It's like 130 gigabytes on PlayStation just to play the card game. You know, it is what it is. Until the Digimon TCG thingy that they wanna release comes out, I'll be stuck with whatever I can play. Euroclass has no official card game set, but I'm too dumb to understand it. Oh, I didn't know that. It's probably only in Chinese now. I kind of wish Hoyo will just release the Genshin card game minigame as its own thing, so I wouldn't need to install the entire fucking game just for it. But you know, we do what we must. We do what we must for the card games. But yeah, the ones I dedicate myself mostly to are like Sunless, Gears Frontline 2, and Reverse 1999. And even then, it's like, you know, I have periods of time in which I'll play like every day, maybe for like 2-3 weeks, up to a month or a little more, and then like I'll take a break and play something else. Right now I'm progressing well, so I'm actually quite enjoying it. But again, I'm mostly just playing story and just raising the characters whenever I need to. Because they give you, in a bunch of story sections in WoW, they actually give you leveled up characters. So it's like, yay, I can do story! Yippee! Same with Selness. In Selness I actually raised my character because I have fun with it. But I do get tired after a while also because, you know, there's no... You have to do the fights every time. You don't leave you... They don't have the option to, like, you know, skip it or, like, use more stamina. So, like, you know, you do the fight one time but get the rewards as if you have done it, like, multiple times. And it's like, ugh. So after a while I do need a break of it. But I have my characters kind of level up on there. I have 2 Digimon decks that I haven't used, Digimon Tamers themed. Oh, that's so fun. I wanna keep playing Digimon. It's just that I don't get on the computer enough, and I don't want to get into the physical game either. One, because it's expensive, and like, you know, getting cards, it's kind of a pain. I have a deck that I kind of got just because, you know, it was kind of a thing of like, you know, I like the game, might as well just buy a deck, even if I'm not gonna use it. It's like, yay, you know, like, one more to show that the game is popular. Please bring more things. Which is why I'm really excited for the digital thing they're gonna release. Because then I am like, yeah, finally! I'll be able to play Digimon card game. That was new with Gears Frontline 2. I tried it in the CN OBT, didn't follow it, then on CN released for a bit, then snooze again, now I'm coming back and forth in the end. I see no reason to super optimize Gamba again. Yeah, no, I mean... I do it because I enjoy it, you know, and it has auto battle, so, you know, you kind of log in. If I just want to farm to, like, level up dolls, I just kind of log in, and in 5 minutes I'm done. Every now and then, I'll actually do the other things to get crystals. And I was being super consistent with it up until, like, Aphelion. But yeah, as I said, gachas kind of tire me after a while, so now I'm being, like, less consistent with it, and then I'll probably enter a period in which I'm more consistent with it, and so on and so forth. Like, I still log in pretty often, but like, nowhere. Like, I was logging in daily before. Sendless, please out of battle, please. They should, or I say, at least give me the option to, like, use, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 times my stamina in this one battle, and you just give me the rewards as if I had done the battle like 3 or 4 times. Instead of actually having me play the thing like 4 times, the same battle, the same farming stage. Mika is also currently selling the Frankfurt Battle Report, which used to be goodies. Wait, what? I didn't know about that. Meyer, Termon, and Lobmon. Bill Simon base ones. I love Bill Simon. But yeah, every time someone asks me, how do you keep with so many gachas? That's how. I barely play them, that's how. Geese Running 2 has put me without the stuff. Yeah, me too. Geese Running 2 and Reverse. I mean, in Reverse, you still need to like do the stage. But, you know, it's auto. It saves from like it saves from your clear. And like, you know, you can choose to do it. As I said, you choose like 1 to 4 times. And it just does it 1 time, but you know, it gives you the reward and it uses the stamina. And if you have done it 4 times. And the battle, you know, it's auto battle at 3 times the speed. So they usually finish up pretty quickly anyway. There's a Mikati museum. It has a fucking timeline. Holy shit. The one which included the big Frankfurt maps with an ID letter. Some other items and perhaps a report on who and what. Damn! That's crazy. That's insane. I think the battle report was around 30 US. I asked for Ari on it, and I think he gave it a pass. Is it in English, though? That is the real question. Is it in English? It's all Mondrons. It's all from their Taobao. Damn it, Mika. Why are you always like this? Second. Probably like Arrow 3, which we saw glimpses of finally. At long last. An air exhibition and a fall exhibition on the Epic Flowers Garden. Oh, that's so cool. I'm surprised they're going. That reminded me. I'm surprised they're going to Anime Expo. I'm like, damn, guys, we're big now. We get things at Anime Expo. I'm never going there, but you know, I'll take the win for the game and the community. And my code, I must say, we go steal it and then for the rock cut somewhere deep within Mika HQ. Go, get your waifus. We take all the small victories. Exactly. As I'm never setting foot on Anime Expo. Not because like I can't or anything. I want. It's a choice. It's a voluntary choice. But you know, it's great. It's good for them. Good for them and for us. There were also memes of the QVC quota being thrown in the bin with a trash bag on top. No, why? Why would they do that to her? That's so funny though. Argentinians can go to China without passport or stay up to 30 days in the country. Interesting. I will go to China. I will not go to the United States. That's a thing. No idea, but I'd go jump dumpster diving just once. Real. You know, I will get it if it's just like thrown out there. It's mine now. Come to Brazil. Too late. I've already been in Brazil. Soon, Tia. Mika HQ travel. Mika, invite me to your HQ. I promise I won't steal any of the figurines. Let me actually, before we jump into the game, give me a minute. I'm gonna go change because it's getting kind of warm inside the apartment. And I'm like wearing a hoodie and like thick pants. I'm gonna change into something lighter. Alright, I am back with cooler clothes. We need a light MHQ. Real. A friend did try requesting a Thunder anniversary outfit cardboard cutout. It wasn't all that expensive, but the quality could have been better. Yeah, I imagine those cutouts, unless they print them on like super hard cardboard or whatever, I imagine they won't really last long. Gonna remove things. Alright. Alright. Had a jacket off, we've been in business now. Yeah, because it's warm. It gets really warm inside the apartment. Even though it's not like super warm outside. The thing is that it's humid because there's like thunderstorm warning. 87% humidity. Woohoo! Yippee! But anyway, let's jump into the game, as I say, to see if I have enough time to then do some Expedition 33. So let's go. Oh, it's probably not showing a screen, but I'll get that going in a moment. Been running 3 days straight. It's gonna be raining 3 days straight here now. It started raining yesterday. It's gonna rain more today. It's gonna keep raining tomorrow. And it's gonna rain more on Monday. But I think that today is the biggest rain day. Yes, I was waiting here to do this in front of you guys. Woohoo! Where are we in the story again? Things are happening. So many things are happening. So far in the story, Neely, the absolute goat, we gave her like all the information and research papers from Hume, Shaw, and everyone else ever, like Persica, and she managed to reactivate Grey. But you know, she kinda erased her memories, so now she's just kind of a tool. Click on phase 3 for a second. On the thingy here. Hello, Mango Tango. But it's locked. 35 days. Oh, because of that you said? Events end in 10 days? No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Do not question the Mika way. But yeah, Neely managed to reactivate Grey. So now we're fighting the needles with Grey. Mika team at its finest moment, real. Please understand small indie team. Yeah. It wouldn't be Mika without the typos and the thingies and the weird things in the code. Remember also that Girls Frontline 1 is like held together by sticks, duct tape, and rims. The Girls Frontline 1 client it's something. To this day, I am amazed that it works. If an update had no bugs at all, I'd be concerned. Like Todd Howard said, it just works, yeah. Which makes me really wonder how the Steam client is gonna work. I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow managed to use a breakdown of Steam for a day. Just by something in the code. Or maybe they actually fixed it, since now they... You know, they kind of know they kind of know programming now after Nero Cloud and Girls Frontline 2. But yeah, as I was saying, one of the Paradiso was a traitor, which was Morido, to the surprise of no one. Oh yeah, and Bakery also. Reverse collapse. But you know, DeFi still wanted to be like, Okay, yeah, you help us, but we're still gonna kill you. Can you see them saying not to donate it if you have like 5 unrelated CPUs because it will break your PC, but runs fine on anything else? I will not be surprised. Remember that remember the Ghost Frontline to CN beta incident? Which, yeah, do not put your game in the root of C drive and uninstall. I repeat, do not put your game in the root of C drive and then uninstall. Do not. But the fact that they do, basically the PC client for the beta was kind of broken at first, and if you uninstalled it, it will just delete the entire folder that it was installed in, not just the game folder. So, you know, if you install it in the root drive. Yes. To be honest, I don't know who will install it in the fucking root drive. But it's like, oh. Oh. Moridom dash chicken is hardly rich coming from her rail. But yeah, you know, just classic Mika things. Just delete your entire C drive when trying to uninstall the game. As games do. Uninstall and we will delete your computer. Literally. They fix it later though, but it was a fun moment of chaos. Anyway, back to the sadness and revenge. We start with Sana. Some game makers who make this mistake, not the first to be like this, but always funny when it happens. Yeah. But yeah, we go to the sadness first to then go to revenge. A life that has yet to bloom. File PACC 784-937-218-70242. Decrypting. A new segment from Bestland in the year 2050 starts playing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now standing outside Bestland High School No. 1, where the terrorist attack took place. It has been 2 days since the tragic event, and as you can see, the school remains sealed off, with nearly all nearby shops still closed. The camera follows the reporter's gesture, sweeping across the surroundings. The street is desolate, and the once bustling storefronts are shut tight like wilted flower buds. Suddenly, the camera zooms in on a single shop that still has its lights on. We've noticed that a pastry shop is still open. Let's take a closer look. Yo, you leave people alone, what the fuck? The shaky camera stops in front of the bakery. A face, nervous and uneasy, appears in front of the lens. Who are you? Hello, I'm a reporter with Central Television of the Neo-Soviet Union, here to follow up on the recent terrorist attack from 2 days ago. Will you be willing to speak with us? I see most of the shops near the school are closed. Is that because of the attack? Yeah. After something that big, who wouldn't be scared? Then why have you chosen to stay open? The shopkeeper's gaze drifts away from the reporter, pointing toward the shuttered skull in the distance. On the morning of the attack, A little girl in a Bethlehem High School uniform came in and ordered a cake. Said she'd pick it up after school, paid for it in full. She never came back? No. I'm still waiting for her to pick it up. I'm hoping she survived the attack. No, this is so sweet and so heartbreaking. my heart. Would you mind showing us the cake? Maybe if she, or someone in her family, sees it on the news, they'll come by to collect it. The shopkeeper gestures toward the refrigerator behind her. The camera pans over to the clear glass door. Inside the empty, silent case is a single, lonesome birthday cake. On the top, two little figures are drawn holding hands, walking through a garden of blooming daisies. Written on a small chocolate plate below, "Happy birthday, Mama. Love, Santa." Ah! I was not ready for this. I was not emotionally prepared for that. Well, what a way to start this stream. Let's fucking go. Love and hope. Alright, what the hell? Sure, let's keep going. She's at the end of time. I was not ready to start on that end. I don't know what would have been worse though, like start today on that end, or finish the last stream with that. Outside an abandoned castle in the Fasanerie conservation area, Laplace walks toward a handful of NYTOs waiting to receive her.
Lady Laplace, please come with us to the safe house. Sister Morido says she'll be arriving shortly.
Right. Laplace follows them coolly, utterly oblivious to the eyes that are trailing her. Wouldn't be a good fun stream without love, pain, and hope, suffering for real. Hey yo, sniper sight! In the distance, through her scope, Amaris clearly sees the figure approaching the castle. Her finger nearly gives in to the urge to pull the trigger, but she knows patience is needed now. This performance is about to reach its climax.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them.
I see. Just an empty dialogue box, sure. Castle corridor. A white needle leads Laplace to the door of the safe house.
Lady Laplace, we will stand guard outside. If you need anything, please just let us know.
Sure. With a cold nod, Laplace steps inside the room. The moment the door opens, the stench of decay and ruin rushes to meet her. Fitting for a castle long abandoned, and not unlike what remains of Laplace's life. A long-awaited respite from the dreaded overhead light. Laplace stands by the window. If anyone else were present, they surely think the scientist is pondering a new project.
But in truth, she's thinking about nothing at all. It's like the final moments of an experiment. All that remains is to wait. Wait for the liquid in the flask to reach its final boil and cool. The numbers and steps need no further adjustment. For the result to come, Laplace feels no excitement or joy, only a quiet calm.
Even the strongest will is touched by the decay of aging flesh. To enjoy youth while young, and fame and fortune in old age, that is a worldly delight. But those who have broken free of time itself, what drives their joy, their sorrow, their anger?
Something heavy hits the floor outside the door, one after another. Laplace frowns and glances toward the entrance.
Tell me what you see.
Nobody opens the door. Only a faint voice reaches her through the wooden panel.
Lady Laplace, be careful. Inside.
Laplace snaps back into focus and walks toward the door. It has been locked from the outside. Calmly, she reaches into the inner pocket of her coat. She draws a Browning with only 6 bullets. Then she turns around. In all the long years that Laplace had spent working in the Avernus lab, she had not seen any natural light. There had only been the endless glow of work lamps in the lab. And now, though the sun blazes outside, in here there is only darkness. A human's ears are not as keen as a NYTO's, but a human's breath is also not as quiet as a NYTO's. That's how Laplace knows. In the darkness across from her lurks a person. From the shadows ahead comes a crisp sound.
Hey yo! Fucking go! Holy shit! Look at that expression. Wait, let me. Wait! I need a screenshot of this. Holy fuck! Just sending it without context to my sister. Who's not up to date.
A young woman steps out slowly from the dark, holding a Makarov pistol.
Sorry, I love the composition of this shot. Holy fuck. Her expression, like the one... Just the one eye, the other hidden with the glow. Like the lighting entering from like some window on the side. The blur and shine on the pistol, it's peak. And the boss music.
A young woman steps out slowly from the dark, holding a Makarov pistol. A stranger's face, yet Laplace is all too familiar with the way her eyes blaze. With immense hatred and fury that consumes her whole being.
Who are you?
Laplace can tell right away that the girl has no intent to shoot, at least not immediately. That moment of restraint piques her interest.
Martha Maidner, Capita, Laplace. You've ceased to be human. You become a demon, through and through.
How curious. I'd say this transformation has made me more true to myself than ever.
Those who betray others will in turn be betrayed.
I've long been prepared for that. In fact, the moment I saw you, I knew who it was that sold me out. But what intrigues me more is, why are you here? After all, it's been so long since I last saw a living human.
Gray Blackwell. Do you remember her?
Of course, she was the most outstanding of all my juniors.
And how did you repay her? By leaving her soul in torment.
Torment. I helped her surpass the limits of human physiology at the peak of her achievements, so that she will always remain in her most efficient state. She's the only one, the only advanced neuron touched by any other human's DNA. Oh, interesting! She became everything she'd ever dreamed of, an infallible surgical virtuoso. An eternal flower captured at the height of its brilliance. Is that not a blissful existence?
Your idea of bliss is to render her completely brain dead, then defile her corpse with your monstrous virtual consciousness design? She once respected you so deeply, looked up to you so much.
Back at Johns Hopkins, I once asked her what she wanted. She told me, medicine is a battlefield of black and white. Before the bulldog clamp and listen knife, surgery was no different from murder. I wish to become the most complete shade of grey on this path. To pit the white of life against the black of death. I made her dream a reality. Now she is the immortal Lady of Ashes.
And what's the cost of that so-called immortality? Countless corpses scream beneath your feet. Can you even sleep at night?
Medicine has always been a miracle paid with dead bodies. Since the advent of organ transplants, replacing one living heart has always meant taking another.
Medical miracles are humanity's defiance against nature. And each dead soul is a reminder to every healer that this is not a game or not a joke. This is life, heavy and sacred. The Black Death once wiped out a third of Europe's population. It was thanks to countless medical pioneers who gave their lives that we overcame it. But in the eyes of a devil like you, they're all just a necessary price that you are happy to pay without a second thought.
Humans are slaves to their genes. Those who can't adapt will naturally become the price of progress. And now, our genes enter a new era.
Then why don't you turn yourself into a NYTO?
Because the scientist who operates on the fully immune individual must be a pure human. Otherwise, there's a risk of losing control over them. Those beings exert a staggering level of control over non-humans.
I've always been racing against
sorry, this is the last. I've always been racing against time. That's interesting, though. Geniuses among humans need to be nurtured with time before they find truth. But once they bloom, there's barely any time left in their lives to truly make use of their insight and experience. So I must maintain extreme focus with what limited time I have to complete this operation. In fact, I'm close to succeeding.
No, you're about to fail.
You may be right. My choices have always been limited after all. And my successor is not a genius. He's single-handedly taking the chance of success from 90% down to nearly 0. Damn, okay.
You should drag him to hell with you, instead of continuing to play the world.
You can't just switch on me like that. Did she shoot? I need answers. Shit at William, yeah. They can't because they did. God damn it, Mika.
In this factory, where practically nothing has been left intact, Ray stands unscathed atop the ruins. Across from her, Brahmavi is already on the verge of collapse. She's still upright only because Hebe is propping her up.
She's not grey at all. I don't even think she's a Paradeus unit.
Hebe casts a rather disdainful glance at Brahmavi, who is about to keel over.
Grey died long ago. This is just an empty shell. A puppet controlled by someone else. Everything she does now is based entirely on her controller's commands. Can we sever their link? That's your next task. You'd only drag me down if you stayed on the battlefield anyway.
I remember her voice now.
I'll try.
Send her to die, basically.
Brahmavi retreats to the side and starts looking for a weakness in Grey's construct. Meanwhile, Grey casually flicks the blood of her blade and unleashes a new wave of attack on Hebe. Hebe's movements are as swift and agile as a gale, and her strikes are like needles hitting in a storm. Stealthy, fast, and deadly. Grey keeps up with her speed, blocking every attack, but it also means that she's fully caught in Hebe's rhythm. At certain moments, something flashes in Hebe's eyes, some kind of sigil, but whether due to their shared Paradeus nature or her own timely evasions, the mark never completes its imprint.
Strange. Her virtual cognition image is incomplete. It's not a neural cloud either. It's almost like a whole new kind of AI command system.
Yo, what the fuck? Nearly?
Destroy it.
Grey breaks free from Hebe's entanglement and charges directly at Brahmavi. Unable to dodge, Brahmavi takes the hit head-on. The wall spins as she's flung into a corner, slamming into the ground and unable to move for the moment. For the first time, a grave expression crosses Hebe's face. This is the first time she has ever had to ask for help.
This is beyond my understanding, Namran.
I see. I'll contact Lady Laplace right away and inform her of this emergency. We cannot possibly resolve this on our own with our current resources. Woohoo! Yeah, let's go, Scarlet! Wait, I need to actually send this image to my sister too. Such a banger.
A wider grin spreads across Amari's face.
Dr. Meitner, I wonder, after all these years, does your system still have the same flaws?
On the live feed transmitted by DeFi, Amaris finally sees the central figure of Project Cocoon. A young girl sleeping inside a cocoon-like incubator.
Link me in.
For just right. Their system is incredibly robust.
It withstood all of our cyber attacks. That's exactly why I'm here. What destroyed Aliana was her correspondence to the Lake of Cognition, a place of energy extraction. My correspondence must be this cocoon, the impurity that gathers all energy. Cocoon is the true key that's capable of destroying everything. Steve's M520 mentioned that after Irma shut down the summer garden, only 2 fountains remained. Nadia and Lunacia. She left behind 2 keys. I used one to permanently seal Nadia. So could this be the last one?
Well, Nadia was also... Damn, okay.
Unfortunately, it's not. But I figured out the foundation of this design now. As a control, the partially immune individual named Nadia had a one-way connection to the Lake of Cognition. That's why she failed and withered. Cocoon is the true vessel in Capita's design. The successful Lunacia must be able to connect to both the lake and the cocoon. And the Lunacia here has already emerged from her cocoon as a butterfly. What's left is just redundant data. So the key that Irma left behind is now useless. Not at all. We're racing against time. The passage hasn't been fully opened yet. We can still use this cocoon shell for something. After all, I am the child of the moon, a gift of divine blessing.
So cool. Wait, I'm also sending this to Kurusis.
Capita, I'm truly grateful. Thank you for giving me this gift.
She stepped into her own neural space, which is now emptied of all things.
Never thought this place will ever come in useful again. Aliana, in those final moments within the Lake of Cognition, what were you thinking? Did you finally figure out what you did wrong? Forget it. You'd never be able to puzzle it out. So be it. I'll never forgive you. And you don't. And you can save your excuses.
She gently opens a door and reveals a floor bathed in brilliant blue moonlight. Don't can. Yeah, it has a few extra words in there. Heavy's attacks increase in both the speed and frequency. Gray's blade barely catches Heavy's sudden strike.
Sister Heavy.
Remaiva struggles to her feet, only to collapse again. Heavy wants to respond, but her face contorts in horror. Sensing opportunity, Gray charges again. A black figure dashes in from Heavy's blind spot, ramming into her with full force and pushing her out of harm's way. It's Morido. Huh? But she doesn't seem to be faring very well herself.
Why did you come back? Where's Lady Laplace? We'll talk later.
Morido deploys her mechanical limbs and picks up both Ramave and Heavy. Then she vanishes.
Should I pursue? Awaiting orders. No need. Your mission is complete. Return to base. Understood.
After purging the redundant data in the cocoon, Amaris gazes into the radiant daylight. She sighs sentimentally. Such beautiful weather. And it's almost the most beautiful time of day. Dusk. Fleeting, ephemeral dusk. Without a care for the dull's hope for dusk to linger, night falls. Capita, I'm here. I understand why you've come. But as your senior, will you allow me to leave a few words for my successor on this project? Eavesdropping on his comms shouldn't do you any harm. I'll be delighted to hear Sadar's confession. Then I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Laplace has done her browning. She picks up the communicator from the table. A comms request that usually takes ages to be answered goes through almost instantly today.
Professor, calling to give your last will and testament.
Rembrandt has taken over the escort mission herself. The subject should have reached the white zone by now. Sections 159 to 2001 of Avernus C. Hella are largely complete. Remember to keep the temperature around 25 Celsius and humidity at 40%. There are 5 days left in the surgical window. Make sure not to waste it.
Don't worry. I understand this part far better than you think. In fact, there is a lot that you don't know. For example, do you know who wants you dead?
I know it's you. Damn!
Want to know why?
It doesn't matter. As long as you follow my instructions and finish the work.
This operation will only go perfectly without you.
You'd better stick precisely to my logs and annotations. William, your talent and ability aren't enough to reach a perfect outcome.
Is that so? Then my fame and accomplishments will far surpass yours. I will surpass you and all your so-called rivals. This final, most important surgery can only be completed by me and me alone. So arrogant.
I hope you get what you want. I wish the same for myself. Though now, I'm a little concerned.
You don't have any more time to be concerned. I'll let you wrap it up.
Sure, Hume lived and died in obscurity, and you'll achieve worldwide renown. But in the field of scientific research, you can't even hold a candle to Persica, let alone me or Shaw. How did Lunacia end up with such a foolish brother like you? Sheesh!
William hangs up the call. Couldn't take the hit. Laplace turns again to the gear, pointing a gun at her. Any last words?
Little girl, your hands are shaking. You've never killed before, have you? You're nothing like my other student.
Firing at this range, I can kill you even if my hands are shaking.
Laplace ignores the threat to her own life and holds out the comms tablet in front of her, which shows the data that Hebe has sent to her. Did you create this gray? Laplace looks up and takes a good, long look at the girl. When she sees the badge on Yuli's chest, she smiles knowingly. You're her student. That badge. She and I designed it together. She liked giving it to her proteges.
You're not worthy to mention her name.
As a believer in science, I never took a stock in religious concepts. But your appearance now makes me believe in karma. To think the one who will inherit my legacy is you. Lily's eyes widen in disbelief.
What nonsense are you talking about?
Genius is a fusion of talent and passion. Gaining knowledge of what you seek is pleasure in itself. Admit it. When you dissected Grey, you gain knowledge and joy. Well, my creation is excellent, isn't it? I'm glad, because it turns out you are my true successor. Compared to Grey or William, you're more like me.
No, I was driven only by hatred. I didn't gain anything.
What's the difference between a med student and a serial killer? Little girl, the answer is there's no difference. The adrenaline and endorphins bring the same joy.
Laplace, I'm nothing like you. Maybe I did pursue the unknown in the past. I thought I'd be thrilled when I made a breakthrough, but when I came face to face with your monstrous NYTOs, all I felt was pain and disgust. Laplace, you betrayed the Hippocratic Oath.
That's the one thing I never betrayed. Laplace tosses the tablet aside. Grey was right. Family legacy. Resource allocation. None of it matters. Before true talent and passion, those things are meaningless. Whether you admit it or not, you're my best student. Lily breaks down and shouts.
No, you're not my teacher. You're not worthy of being my teacher. My only teacher is Grey.
Knowledge is a course. Talent is a course. One day, you'll admit, what you inherited from me is what you've been pursuing your whole life. The passcode to the Hela project logs is... Lily can't fight the urge anymore. She fires. No aim, no precision, just pure rage. Aim at the source of her fury. This woman who's now spewing nothing but madness. This senior once admired so deeply by her mentor. This bastard. She has to die. She must die. Go to hell. See? How the fuck is she gonna remember that? Mag dump, she deserved it. Don't you dare pull the we are the same villain ration. Yeah, Don't you dare compare yourself to our goat, Neely. Neely, you had one job, just one more line. No, the thing is, she did not want it. I think it was a thing of like, you know, I'm not gonna accept what you're giving me. Since she was going on about like, oh, you're my best student, so I'm gonna leave this to you. So, you know, and Neely was like, no, I don't want it. Is that the same number as the Sana record number code? No. We could have used it to stop whatever she made, no? I don't think we need it. SFDSEGBWQE1345. Okay, guys, remember that. Laplace collapses in a pool of her own blood, life draining rapidly from her body, but she still struggles to speak her final words. To me, legacy is immortality. Now, I am finally alive. Amaris pushes open the window and vaults in from the rooftop. She steps over Laplace's corpse, walks up to Neely, and gently pries the gun from her hand.
It's over now. Amaris, I'm sorry. This was your mission. I shouldn't have pulled the trigger. I was too selfish. I was right outside. Why? Neely, we're different. You wanted an explanation. I only wanted an outcome. Only when you expect something from someone do you want to hear their explanation. Maybe in your subconscious, you thought the senior, respected so deeply by Professor Gray, will give you some noble excuse that justifies her actions. One that will let you find closure, let you believe she was worthy of Gray's respect. That's why I never wanted to hear her explanation. Because if I did, I might start to believe that she really was my mother. That kind of mother. And that will put me in a great deal of pain.
Neely stares blankly at the window. Heavy, dark curtains block out even the faintest light.
What time is it now? It's night. The forecast says there's no sun tomorrow. But day has already broken. With daybreak comes a new day.
Damn. Damn! But wait! There's more! We continue. Yay! Yo, we get this. Is this an avatar? Icon. Hell yeah. I love the name. Absolved Doctor. Okay. The living keep their secrets. Oh my god, who is Jay? Inside the industrial park, Offenbach district. Broom broom! On the deserted streets, several news vans speed past, all heading in the same direction.
After bringing their vans to a crisp halt, the reporters quickly disembarked to secure the best filming spots. Almost simultaneously, over a dozen uniformed Stasi agents began moving in and out of the factory, carrying out steel crates and placing them right within the camera's line of sight. Everything is perfectly timed, like the opening scene of a meticulously staged play.
I am now standing inside the Offenbach Industrial Park. Behind me is a factory that has been closed for several months due to poor management. Before its shutdown, this factory mainly produced electric wheelchairs and other rehabilitation equipment. According to sources, the production line was reactivated a few days ago. But this time, what's coming off the belts isn't medical gear, but devastating weapons.
Damn!
The camera shifts to where the reporter is pointing. Steel crates being hauled out by the agents.
The Stasi has now shut down this factory, along with 7 others in the Offenbach Industrial Park, on charges of illegal manufacture of explosives, endangering public safety, and treason. All these factories were secretly producing a weapon known as Jesus Box. There is concrete evidence linking this weapon to the Berlin bombing months ago, as well as the recent series of explosions in Frankfurt. According to a Stasi spokesperson, the factory manager is already in custody. Interrogation is underway. We will continue to follow the story closely.
All of a sudden, a commotion erupts behind the reporter, an uproar from the gathered crowd. The camera immediately follows. Inside the distant factory, several medics emerge carrying a stretcher. A man lies on it, his face covered. With the blood dripping from his limp arm, it is clear that he has suffered horrific abuse. Ayo? The car door slams shut, cutting off the reporters clamoring. Hugh casts a cold glance at the motionless man in the stretcher. As the vehicle starts, the stretchers begin to jolt slightly.
How long are you planning to keep up the act?
The man in the stretcher sits up, yanking off the cover from his face and disgustedly wiping away the fake blood on his arm. I see.
Whoa, okay. Bertam knock mal. Sorry, I can't say that with the same spirit. Just imagine he's screaming.
What took you so long to get me out? Do you have any idea what I've been through these past days?
Hugh takes a sip from the now cold coffee in hand with a frown.
Just be grateful. Nobody had any plans to rescue you. If the commander hadn't come up with a perfect plan, the next agent codenamed Jay will have already started the job.
I love this face.
Right, don't forget to send one last message to Frau Neely, who's been looking after you. Frau Neely who? Maybe try polishing up your terrible acting. Once we're back at HQ, all your personal contact channels are getting deleted. Wasn't I getting a commendation? That was all for show. You really bought into it, Hero Agent J.
They highlighted her name, yeah.
Jay snatches the new communicator from Q with a scowl.
Hey Jay, sorry, but I outed your wife, Mona, and gave her a wedding outfit, just letting you know. You know, I'm gonna be open and honest here.
The commander receives intelligence transmitted back from Task Force DeFi.
We've acquired complete intel on the NYTO. Her codename is Hibby. Also, bad news. A
Aside from this CB, there's another high-level NYTO lurking in Frankfurt. No specifics yet.
Almost there. Once we have intel on her, we can prepare for the final sweep. Just as the communicator is put down, it rings again. AR-18 brings over another cup of coffee. Commander, it's a call from Mr. Kruger. Kruger? Yo, Kruger! The commander picks up at once. Mr. Kruger? It's him! Everyone salute the boss man. Show some respect.
Yes, it's me.
Finally, a call from you. Does it mean you and Helen are safe?
Yes, we've been released.
That cold. I miss AR-18, yeah. Again, AR-18 should have been in Girls Frontline 2. Anyway. That's great news.
The Earl told me you and the Stasi took down Paradeus Project Cocoon.
Yes, their little Laplace has been eliminated. Only William remains.
Commander, we're so proud of you.
Once we finish off William and the remnants of Paradeus, I'll come get you both home.
Home. Let's rebuild Griffin together, Commander. Even though the fire at the base burned for days, they made almost nothing of the surface buildings. The good news is that it's finally burned out. It's the perfect time to rebuild. Now we can construct the new Griffin base exactly how we envision it. Commander, I want to invite you to join us. Not as an employee, but as family.
Looking out at the silent night, the commander feels a calm unlike anything before. Nothing will make me happier, Mr. Kruger. I got a bad feeling from that conversation. Q walks into Romi's office. The moment she enters, a cup of coffee is shoved into her hand. Congratulations, Agent Q. Another impressive achievement. This cup's on the director. Thanks, ma'am. Finally got you to buy me a coffee. Help yourself to as much as you like. But about that vacation, I'm afraid you'll have to wait. Don't worry, I know the drill. Q hands over a neatly prepared report to Romy. This operation sees a large batch of Paradeus products, including components, weapons, and Yasus boxes. A detailed inventory is attached. We've also secured all production lines of the Yasus box. Some were damaged. The condition of each line is listed in detail. And before Q can finish, Romy removes the paperclip and pulls out a few pages, laying them on the desk. Q glances at them. It's a report on Paradeus' top-secret lab codenamed Cherry Orchard. Hoffman, who has been standing off to the side, casually takes the pages and feeds them into the shredder. What? Ma'am, does this need editing or...? Make no mention of them. I see. Romy hands the rest of the report back to Q. Someone else will take over from here. I always assumed those were lasso boxes and not Yaso. It happens. Nemron pushes open the office door. Welcome to the office of the chairman of the Socialist Unity Party.
How? The secretary's eyes widen. Why are you here? The chairman. Relax. I came through the secret passage and didn't come across anyone. I've already overridden all surveillance on the way up. No time for explanation now. I need to see the chairman immediately. Chairman Overstein isn't in at the moment. After a brief moment of silence, Namran slowly sits down on the couch in the guest area. Tell him Laplace is dead. Sheesh! We have so many pinks on Discord. Wait. Ah, I got something in my eye. Alright, let's continue. Are we ready? What? Oh yeah, this should be the last one, right? I mean, it says 23 out of 25, but because I haven't done this stage. Let me just do it to clear the number on top. This one, it's probably one of the ones that you just kind of have to stand there, no? Survive until round 2, okay. Wasn't he dead? No, I don't think Carter ever died. He just kind of went places. Woohoo! Easy game, easy life. Now it's for real, 24 out of 25. Oh, we go to the last one. A silent world.
Good afternoon. It is currently 12:30 Frankfurt time on November 15th. Welcome to the news. The major illegal arms trafficking case involving weapons known as gachas boxes has officially concluded. The scope of the case spans across multiple cities, including Berlin and Frankfurt. Authorities have confirmed the mastermind behind the operation to be Carter Petrovic Neustadt, a former member of the Neo-Soviet Army General Staff and Chief of Staff of an army group. The organization behind him operated under multiple false identities, establishing factories within our borders to illegally manufacture weapons and colluding with certain customs officials to smuggle them out. This group had allegedly been planning to use the weapons to launch an armed coup against Moscow. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has urgently contacted the Neo-Soviet authorities and reached a consensus. Any conspiracy that threatens peace must be crushed. Relevant departments have already begun the investigation and shutdown of these illegal weapon factories, and all confiscated weapons will be destroyed. Meanwhile, an internal investigation into the customs officials involved has been initiated by the police. Yesterday, the Public Prosecutor's Office placed Carter Neustadt on Interpol's wanted list and issued a red notice for his arrest. We're also calling the public to actively provide any leads to local law enforcement. Submissions can be sent to the following email address.
Damn, yeah. Wait, what's that? Wait, what's going on? Shut to a moment. Wait a second! Wait a second! I was still going over the Carter thing. Or like, was he actually guilty, or was he just being scapegoated? They just casually nuke Frankfurt. You know, as you do. The shrill and abrupt sound of a defense alarm pierces the quiet night of Frankfurt.
We'll interrupt this broadcast to declare a national state of emergency. In accordance with government directives, we are now transmitting through the emergency alert system.
3 mechanical alarm tones echo with a growing sense of foreboding.
This is an emergency action notification. All broadcasting stations and cable systems must now transmit this emergency action notification. This is UFG Broadcasting. We will continue to serve the Frankfurt area. If you are not in this region, please tune in to your local news and emergency broadcast provider. You are now listening to the Frankfurt Regional Emergency Alert System. Do not use your communicators unless necessary. Please keep your communication channels open for emergency use.
A man repeats a message. After a brief pause, a woman continues the broadcast.
Good evening. By the authority of General Secretary Grove, Supreme Leader of the German Democratic Republic, I have been granted permission to deliver the following statement. Due to an unidentified enemy airstrike, the entire city of Frankfurt is now under a state of high alert. The air raid sirens have been activated. All citizens hearing this broadcast or the sirens must immediately seek shelter in the nearest underground air defense bunker, civil defense structure, or bomb shelter.
A piercing, prolonged air raid siren howls over Frankfurt. Then, suddenly, it just keeps going. That was a long series of booms. Countless explosions erupt, heralding the beginning of a catastrophe. What? 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 My reaction exactly. What the fuck? I can with this. I can't believe it. Let me just do my farming stages while I try to get through the shock. Not nuke because that will EMP the whole city. There will be no sirens to blare. I think it was implied at the end that, you know, the sirens started, and the sirens and the broadcast started before the bombing, because, like, you know, it ended with everything going black and the sound of explosions. I forgot there's a repeat battle button now. Fuck. I think I should buy a copy of the Frankfurt Battle Report just in case. Honestly, maybe. Demand that the UNRC to be disbanded, proceed to murder civilians. Sheesh! Not only do they blame Carter for the Paradox factories, they proceed to use bomb the entirety of Frankfurt. Fun fact, you can spam where the repeat battle box is earlier than animations. Oh yeah, I just forgot that the button existed. I was like, oh, wait a second. I can see why the next part could be like Luster, because that's a lot of plot points they need to close. The thing is that Convolutional Kernel is also longer events in it. Like, it's longer than these quote-unquote little ones we've been getting. Like, all these events, like Isolation Forest, shit, I forgot the names of the previous ones. You know, all these little events up to Isolation Forest have been short to Mika event standards, Mika major event standards. But yeah, we'll see how Convolutional Kernel goes. The background? Woohoo! Never trust Hawker's words. What Hawker says is a subject of interpretation. Yeah, as far as I know, there have been like no confirmations of whether Convolutional Kernel will be rewritten or not. But people, you know, they're kind of leaning towards not, since we're getting a new event. Sheesh. How did I change this? Oh yeah. I think that's the newest one, yeah. Oh yeah. Because yeah, with the new event, they're saying like probably not, because apparently it's looking like the new event will address a bunch of things. Because I know the PV is out already, right? Because people were telling me not to watch it. The Makarov and the Angel. That is a very nice name. PB is a lot of things happening. It went hard for Mika to fact check the event and make the link a little better, even if we're expecting something else after. Yeah, I guess we'll see. As I said, I have no idea what goes on in convolutional kernel. The only thing that I've gathered from reaction is that apparently the first half is peak, and the second half drops. What are my thoughts? I am in absolute shock. My thoughts are this fucking game is finally ending. Good God, I got it. Rubianes is still going. It's truly the cockroach of gacha games. I know what happens, and what happens they can easily fix with a rewrite with one certain element. Yeah, the other thing, you know, like, since we have like the kind of the timeline thingies, multiple possibilities stuff, they could kind of I mean, they will likely integrate that at some point, because we already have the discrepancy between Frontline 2 and Reverse Collapse, because the commander has said in Frontline 2 how they kill William with their own hands, but we know William is still around by Reverse Collapse. The truly cockroach William, really. Anyway, let me go back here for a little bit to continue chatting. It can't take enough liberty to how bad they want it to be. Not even changing it, they can fix it. Incredible. William is back from the dead. I need to finish RC, but I set it on hard difficulty and it's well hard. Yeah, I mean normal, I'm having a hard time. I've been every time I manage to find time to stream it, I consider lowering the difficulty to easy, because I'm just like, damn. These stages are something else. Somehow William has returned. You realize how awful is Yuki's second part, how cutting the continuity is the ending? Yeah, no, I don't know, because I haven't read, but I've seen the comments and I'm like, damn. At least the first half is good, I guess. I never played a strategy grid thingy game. You know, I played a few, but like, you know, not enough. And Reverse Collapse is hard. So I've been considering lowering to easy to like make progress faster. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully next time. Next weekend I should have time to stream it, right? We're free Girls Frontline 1. I think I got another week or two before Yohi drops in Girls Frontline 2? Question mark? We should be able to go to Reverse Collapse while we wait for convolutional kernel. I think lowering will mean starting over. I forgot if you could lower on the fly. You can lower on the fly. You can't go back up later though. But you can lower it at any point. Yohi dropping means I can rest and save for Jiao. Same. Same. That's why I ended up rolling for the vector weapon, because I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna have an entire patch cycle to save. Woohoo! But yeah, that gives us some time to go back to reverse collapse. Well, dude, I'm guessing Yohi will have an event, but it's a character event as far as I know. So that should be done in like 1 or 2 streams, at the most. And then we'll continue reverse collapse until convolutional kernel, or what's the next Frontline 2 event called? I mean, the next major one. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the names, but like, you know, until the next one drops. And we know we're getting Zhao Hui after Yohi, which I don't think she's tied to a main story event, to a major event. So we should have 2 character events first, which should give us enough time to continue reverse collapse. K2, right? One of the anime face. Yeah, it's one of the anime faces. One of Suami's sisters. Next Girlfriend event is the collab with Breakout Arena. Is it gonna have an event, like story event, in the game? Because I know it has. I know it's a two-sided collab. You know, there's things happening on Arena Breakout and things happening on Frontline. But does it actually have a event story? And we're getting goodies to some nice dolls. It does have an event story in Frontline. Yeah, I know we get M16 for free through it, which is why I was like, oh, I guess it does have a story to like have like farming stages or anything. For the 5 kind of continue the story. Wait, what? There's a story in Arena Breakout event. I mean, Beluga? Yeah, the one and only. Should I stream it? I guess we'll see. We'll see how busy I am at the point whenever it drops. Because I kind of want to make reverse collapse progress. For the Fingers Falling 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a collapse, so we'll see. Because, I mean, on one hand, collapse tend to not be too long. But also, sometimes they have, like, funny mechanics that requires, like, you know, grinding or waiting or doing stuff. And I won't let you see, like, the full story right off the bat. Like, I remember that summer event in which, like, you could vote for the dolls and whatnot, and you had to wait to see, like, the ending. And I'm like, eh. Which is fun to, like, do on your own, you know, but it kind of gets on my busy streaming schedule. Say hi, Reggie. Please no Division 2.0, you need to farm grenade and turret. I never remember why those were necessary. I don't think I used them. I still have them lying in my inventory. But I remember people farm a lot of them. It was crazy. Grenades with throw a 10, it one-shotted everything. Imagine throwing 50 grenades to astrolets. I had to use them because my team was low level at the time. Oh, understandable. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see whether I stream the Arena Breakout collab or not. Or if I leave time for reverse collabs instead. We shall see. But for now, we're gonna take a little break. Should we do half an hour or an hour? We're gonna do half an hour. More or less, like not exact time, but like more or less half an hour. Let me just do waiting room right now. We're gonna do some expeditioning since I have like 5 hours free without a sister to pick up. Without a sister, I need to go pick up. Go live. Q in Fury Atomic compilation of the collab. Chapter 4 of RC is something you shall play with your emotions. Sheesh. I shall never be ready. Living it out without a sister would have turned it off, yeah. You know, I still have a sister, but like, you know, she's working right now. I can't believe they did that to my boy. Still not over it. Change thumbnail to the one with a 6. Next. I'm still stuck on chapter 4. Me too, but because I haven't had time to stream. And I think, is it chapter 4 or chapter 5, the one that has like the very long introduction that people were telling me like, nah, you're gonna need time for that. Chapter 5, okay. It's 11:40. Let's leave it to 12:15, more or less. After I have time, maybe I'll order some food or get some, or just eat something from the food that I have home. Instead of wasting money on ordering food. Feed my cats since Reggie's already. She's already going around my computer desk and meowing at me, which means she wants food, even though she ate. Like, I mean, she did eat. She did eat like a while ago. Chapter 5, but the costumes on the first stage. Damn. Been stuck on the first real estate in chapter 5 since last summer. Damn. Okay, so even if I don't do it because of the difficulty, I might still need to lower the difficulty to easy just to do the stages faster. Since I have my time is so limited. But I guess we'll see. We'll see how things go when I can actually get back to it. Feed her, she hungry, she's always hungry. Mine wants to go to the attic for 5 minutes, then meows to come back. Fast forward, meows to go back to the attic. The loop never ends. And that is hard, it's long. Yeah, but like, you know, usually with the difficulty it tends to take longer as well. So like, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Long man. Anyway, gonna take a break, grab a snacky. You're gonna be redirected to the Expedition 33 waiting room if you're interested on following that in a little while, in like half an hour or so. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Still shocked over the ending. So yeah, time for more depression in Expedition 33. I mean, this is the mechanics, I told you that. I see. But yeah, it's we'll take a little break to then jump to more depression. You know, we go from one taste of depression to another. We go from gacha depression, Chinese gacha, to French game depression. Very, very distinct flavors of depression. So yeah, I'll see you guys, or at least some of you, in a little bit. Bye-bye!